So today's discussion, I hope you all got it well in advance. Are we separate or are we one? Are we separate or are we one? Rumata ji, you are the champion for today. Shuru kijiye.
प्रणाम गुरुजी शिवोहम
Namaskar.
शिवोहम गुरुजी
बताइए.
we are one when
Okay.
we are not loving a person but we are loving a Shakti, and we are separate when we love only the outwardly love, that is bodily love. And when it becomes a divine love, we are all one. We are able to see God in flower, in bird, and in everything around us. Love is, we are separate only when we love person, not the root.
Okay, so Rumata ji has hit a very different tangent. She's talking straight away about how we are when, or rather when we are one. She says when we are one, then our love is not for the physical being, but it is for the divine, the soul, the Atma. Okay, Rumata ji. But therefore the question still remains, are we separate or are we one? Up to uska jawab nahi diya, Rumata
We
ji.
are one. We are one.
Then if we are one, there is no question of what you are saying.
And there is no duality. We
But
all
if,
are one.
how
We are
can you
with God.
explain to the group? How can you explain to the group that we are one?
Guruji, when we are able to see God in the eyes of our beloved, we forget everything.
But that
Only
is not
love root to
that is
root.
not being one. But that is not being one. When you only love God and the beloved is not being, then you're only loving the beloved. वो गलत हो गया बात. तो आप
Guruji,
you are moved.
at that time, we are not loving that person. We are loving Shakti.
You should only love the beloved, or you should love the God in one and all.
We should love God in all. And
तो ये
one.
रूह से रूह का प्यार वो एक अलग बात है. You come back after 10-20 minutes and ask me what is the difference. I will explain to you. इसमें बहुत
Okay.
इंपॉर्टेंट है फर्क. इसका फर्क समझना बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. रूह से रूह का प्यार, रूह तो सब में एक ही है, अलग नहीं है, एक ही रूह है. लेकिन वो क्यों? Why does that रूह in the beloved appear as the divine? रूह माता जी, वो समझना है कि क्यों आता है, वो मैं आपको समझाऊंगा. सुनील चित्तल, are we have yet not touched the question. I'm repeating the question. Are we separate or are we one? चलिए, बहुत बताइए. I'm having coffee.
Sure, Guruji. In reality, we are all one. We are all one and one sip. It is
Okay.
only due to ignorance that we see duality, because it is the sip which gets reflected in the intellect, buddhi, and that's why this appearance happens. That's why we call it mithya.
But how is it?
In Advaita,
But how-
there is-
Yeah, but how is it, Sunil Chittal, that we are one, but we all appear as different? How does it happen? Why does it happen?
that's because sip is only one, and we are the sip. The actual I in us is sip only. It's like a drop in the ocean. Ocean is one, and it's a reflected I. Like a sun is one, it gets reflected in water, and if there are as number of buckets, as number of reflections. The quality of sun of heating the water will be there, but
Okay.
sun is always one. So
Sunil
it's
Chittal,
the
what you say,
reflection that makes us many.
No. What you say is 100% right. I want from you a simple understanding for the group here. Otherwise, Kumar Swami says I am separate, Samatma says I am separate, Pankaj says I am separate, Bliss says I am separate. They're all separate. So nobody
because
believes we
Yeah,
are
that's
one.
because of it. That is where this magic has to happen.
So-
Once the magic happens and the anubhuti happens, we all
Magic
realize.
is not happening. No, magic is not happening. Then how to understand?
Then we have to do the pirlu.
Okay. So I want you
There's
all
no
to
other
give
way,
me,
because it is a ignorance which is creating this duality. So
No, but there
unless
is a
the
way.
ignorance goes,
Sunil Chittal, in this call today, we will find a way. We will find a way to understand we are separate or we are one. Today's call will give the clarity. Sudeep Bhargava. Let us, Sunil, and think about it. I want some clear answers. Sudeep Bhargava. How can we clearly, simple under words, understand? Can the wave, Sunil Chittal and also Sudeep and Chandrakant, who's coming next in the line. Can the wave say, I am separate from the ocean? The answer is no. The wave cannot say. Why? Because the wave comes from the ocean and the wave goes into the ocean. Simple answer. Even a child can understand. Like that, can you give me a simple, understandable answer whether we are separate or we are one? Sudeep Bhargava.
So if we go to a jewelry shop, we see all kind of jewels.
Yeah.
But the basic fabric of all the jewels is gold.
Correct.
If somehow the gold is removed from the universe, let's say, then nothing is left in that jewelry shop.
Correct.
So when we look from the basic fabric point of view, basic fabric means, let's simple terms, what is it made of? So if I look from the basic fabric point of view, then all the jewels in that jewelry shop are the same because all of them are made from gold. Any day
Very
they can
good.
be melted back into gold and maybe some new jewels can also be made. Why they seem to be different, I believe, is because of the space constraint. I see myself to be limited to this space and you are limited to some other space. That's why I see a duality between you and me.
Now you are in consciousness. Now you are in consciousness. Now, Sudeep, because you are not, your mind is not let you deviate. Your mind tried in the end. In the end, your mind tried, but you are in complete consciousness. So Sudeep Bhargava says, very simple words. In the jewelry shop, it may look as a bracelet or a chain or an anklet or a ring, but there is gold in everything. It may look like a chain or a bracelet or an anklet or a ring, but there is gold in everything. Sudeep Bhargava, the word you must always remember, the cause is one, the effects are many. The cause of the ocean is the water. The effect may be waves, bubbles, froth, spray. It's all water. It may appear as waves and bubbles and froth and spray, but it is all water. Mitti is one. It may appear as a murti, it may appear as a pot or a plate, but it is mitti. It is made from one mitti. So Sudeep Bhargava, now tell me, how can you explain that we are all separate or we are one? Give me one single statement.
Definitely we are all one, sir.
Based on what you said, why we are one now? Based on that analogy, why are we one?
Because all of us are ultimately the manifestation of the same consciousness.
Because we are all made of the same mitti. Sudeep Bhargava, we are all made of the same mitti. What is the mitti we are talking about? We are talking about the same Atma. Every cell of our existence, Rumata ji, har pran mein wahi Atma hai. आप में भी वही आत्मा है, मुझ में भी वही आत्मा है, मूर्ति में भी वही मिट्टी है, और प्लेट ये कप में भी वही मिट्टी है. ये कप कॉफी कप हम कहते हैं, लेकिन ये कॉफी कप यही अगर तोड़ के मिट्टी का मूर्ति बनाए तो भगवान हो जाता है तो एक. The effects are different, the cause is one. Let us see who else. I want you all to understand very clearly, because we have created a lot of duality. You, me, he, she. This is the cause of all suffering. In reality, we are all one. And when we realize we are one, the battle is won. Then this samsar, this leela, this maya will shut down and we will be in a state of Sat Chit Anand. Right now, we are not in a state of Sat Chit Anand. We are in a state of samsar. We are in a state of maya. We are in a state of man. And the mind is troubling us. The mind is troubling us big time. Sorry, big time. Chandrakant, I want more analogies from all of you. Sudeep has given a fantastic answer. Sudeep, absolute consciousness answer. But don't lose this consciousness. Because if you lose the consciousness, this only becomes a statement, Sudeep. When this statement is converted into realization, it will appear as a manifestation in whatever you are doing. So it is very important for you to apply this on a day-to-day basis. Chandrakant.
Shivam, basically, ingredient is the same. It appears in a different form. Like wood, you take the example of wood. So chair, then sofa, then almirah. So this is a manifestation in the different, but the wood is the same in all basically.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
The same way ingredient is the same. Everybody appears in a different form. That's
How-
what I.
How can you explain to me? Some small child is asking you, tell me how that ingredient is same. Wood is same, I understand. Wood is
Yeah.
same. From the wood I can make table, I can make chair, I can make
Almirah.
cupboard. But
Yeah.
how you and me, how can you say that Yogini and Rekha Parvani are same? They don't agree.
Yeah, because consciousness is the same in everybody. We are the product of the consciousness. If there is no
How do you say
consciousness,
that?
then
No,
there
how
is
do you
no-
say that?
there is no life in us. Na?
No, I don't
There is
agree.
no life
You
in us.
prove to me. No, you prove to me.
We are out of consciousness. I mean, as long as
How do you say
is there, then we are alive.
No. Just by your
Every-
saying we are out of consciousness, do we become out of consciousness? Chandrakant, you're new. I'm troubling you a little bit to understand how strong
No
you are.
problem. It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. Yeah.
So tell me, how do you prove? Just like that, you tell why should I listen to you, Chandrakant?
Because that is the same. I mean,
Correct.
on that basis, everything is arises.
On what grounds you are saying it is same? I don't agree.
Well, that Chaitanya is in everybody, sir. That Chaitanya is everybody.
What Chaitanya? I don't understand this Chaitanya business. What
It's a
is this
property of
Chaitanya
six, basically. It's the supreme immortal power is
How
a
do you prove
Chaitanya.
it? How do you explain it?
Right now, I am speaking with you. You are understanding that on the basis of SIP only. This
do you say
conversation
that?
happen on the basis of SIP only. If
How
there
do you
is no
say-
SIP, then I cannot talk, and then you cannot listen also.
What you are saying is correct, but
Yeah.
it is not understandable.
Okay.
What you're saying is correct, but how do you
Yeah.
explain? Because I told no. Today Sudeep, what did Sudeep do? He told the mind, I will watch you, I will catch you, I will latch you, then I will
Latch
talk.
you.
So then because he was able to latch the mind, then he was in consciousness. The answer came like an arrow straight. The arrow hit the mark. When we
Yeah.
are not in that arrow, sometimes I'm writing a book. I can't write a book. I just finished a book today in Finland.
Right.
And that's the book I'll be talking about. It took 10 days to finish a book. But you cannot finish that book with the mind. It has to be with consciousness.
Very true.
Sunil Chittal, let's try because you think a little more. We still have few minutes.
Yeah.
How are we not separate? How are we one? Sunil Chittal.
SIP is, if you take an analogy of a light is everywhere, but it requires a reflecting medium like this. For example, then only I can see it. So that's how we are all. SIP has to express itself. It expresses itself as many. Like the gold,
But
if
what-
it wants to express.
What you all say is correct, but I have given you all such simple example. Why you all are not giving that example? I have given you all such a simple example, like even fourth standard child should understand. Why we are not able to give that example? Remember I told fourth standard child?
Wave and water. That's the simplest
No.
example.
See, Sunil, what happens, Sunil? The problem is the mind will come and disturb us. Every time the mind will come and tell, no, what is this? I asked Sunil Chittal. How can today, if somebody, Sudeep Bhargava comes and tells you, Sunil Chittal, your bank account is my bank account. You say, why, man? You say, because AiR told, no? AiR told we are not separate, we are one. So Sunil Bhargava takes your bank account and he starts issuing checks from your bank account. What nonsense is this, man? Just now, from my bank account, Sunil Chittal, Sudeep Bhargava ka telephone bill gaya, Sudeep Bhargava ka rent gaya, Sudeep Bhargava ka petrol bill gaya. You say, what is this nonsense, man? Sudeep Bhargava tells you, no, AiR told, na, we are all one, we are all ek hai. So chodo, Sudeep Chittal, hum ek hai. You say, go to hell. How can this ek hai business work?
Atma is only one. The duality lies in Maya. You can't. In the transactional world, we are still different.
Even in transactional world, we are same. Sunil Chittal, Samatma, and then Chandrakant. Let's see how to get to the point. Sunil Chittal will come. I will take your patience today. Okay, Samatma.
Shivoham, sir.
Show up.
All of us are made up of the same 5 elements, and we go back to the same 5 elements, and we are just a divine soul. That's how all of us are the same.
Your answer is right. How do you explain it?
All of us have only the 5 elements, such as the Jal, Prithvi, Akash, Vayu, and Agni Tattva. When we are
Okay.
in this body also, And when the Atma leaves, we are again going back to the same form. Going back.
So
in
what?
the same-
So are we all made? Are we all those 5 elements?
We're made up, so we are made up of the same elements.
So what? So are we those 5 elements?
No, we are a divine soul.
Then you just now said we are 5 elements.
We are made up. Yeah, we are made up of the 5 elements.
What are we?
Atma.
What are the 5 elements made up of?
Atma.
Then? Now think 2 minutes more.
Atma is in each and everything. So even the 5 elements are made up of Atma only.
Now you're coming to the right point. Therefore,
So we are all one Atma.
we are all part of one Atma. What is that one Atma?
One.
What is that one Atma?
Paramatma.
And what is that Paramatma?
Sip.
Ship. Correct. Now you're saying we are all, everything is ship. Now once again, put your thoughts together. You have given the right answer. Let me see if you put your thoughts till I finish with the others. You have given the right answer. Let me see if you can repeat it properly. Yogini and then Chandrakant. Yogini. Yogini.
Shivoham, sir.
Shivoham.
I can give an example of electricity.
Yes.
The power is one,
Yes.
but the sources are different, like the fridge, washing machine. So electricity passes through all that, but the source
Yeah.
is just that one.
Good.
So
Good example. Therefore,
it's an
that I
energy.
understand. But how does that make us understand that we are all not separate? So tomorrow
one
Rekha Parwan will come and take your car and go away and say, because your car is my car. So then it is one, we are all one.
Yes.
So is it okay? How do you justify the electricity is one, the gadgets are many, I understand.
Electricity is the main source, the main energy. So,
How does that prove? Yogini, the question is, are we separate or are we one? What are we?
we are one.
How do you prove that? How do you
That
explain that?
one.
How do you explain that?
Okay, second example can I give?
Yeah, please try.
Chanda में तू, तारों में तू, पंछी
So-
में तू, पेड़ पौधों में तू.
Okay, good then.
So in all, it is all his manifestation.
Okay. Your answer is right, but how do you explain it? Your answer is right. But how do you explain it?
Energy is one in all this. That is SIP.
Yeah, your answer is correct. Your answer is absolutely correct. How does anybody believe you? Why should anybody believe? Suppose you tell all notes are same. US dollar, euro, Indian rupee is the same value. Should anybody believe you? Unless you go to the bank and you give the rupee and you get, if you give 1 rupee, get $1, then they will believe you. You go to bank, he will give one slap to you. If I give 80 rupees, I'll give $1. $1 is not equal to 1 rupee.
Correct.
So how do you prove that? Girish. Samatma, I'm coming to you. I'm not forgetting you. Girish.
One appearing as many different.
Perfect. Explain it. Answer is 100% correct. Explain.
Same cotton or thread in different shirts or t-shirts. Cotton appears as a piece of cloth or a t-shirt or a business shirt, but cotton is the same.
What you say is correct. How will somebody understand this? They will say, Girish, what you say is correct. But I took 1 roll of cotton and I made 3 shirts. It was 1 roll of cotton. It has become 3 shirts. How the 3 shirts is 1 cotton? How do you explain it? It has become 3 shirts.
The substratum of those t-shirts is the same
Okay.
cotton.
Good answer. Good answer. Good answer. But that does not yet answer the question how we are not separate. Come to that point. Am I right?
गुरुजी,
हाँ बताइए माता जी.
गुरुजी, तुम गगन के चंद्रमा, मैं तुम्हारी चांदनी.
अरे वो अच्छा गाना है,
ये-
लेकिन उसका वो गाना से क्या होगा मधु माता जी? अच्छा गाना गाने से थोड़ी सच का एहसास हो जाएगा. अरे सच का एहसास किसी को नहीं होता है माता जी. ऐसा मत समझो सच का एहसास कोई फुटपाथ में कोई मूंगफली बेच जाए जाके सच का एहसास. 10 रुपए का सच का 10 रुपए का अनुभूति दो, मिलेगा क्या 10 रुपए की अनुभूति? अमेरिका में मिलेगा $10 में अनुभूति?
See, Ravi,
ऐसा नहीं होता है. प्लीज गिव क्लैरिटी. यस चंद्रकांत एंड देन रोहित एंड देन समात्मा. चंद्रकांत,
yeah,
रोहित, समात्मा, then I will
Yeah.
give the answer. Yes.
yeah, basically what I feel, there is a deep sleep experience with everybody. So
Yes.
in that deep sleep, there is absence of mind, and
Yes.
everybody is having that the same experience. So that proves that the sleep is having that
No.
quality which gives
Just
the
Chandrakant, just because we all have the same experience doesn't make us one, no?
but sir,
If
deep
you're all-
sleep
if-
experience is a unique, and that way it's,
How can
it's-
we're all watching the same movie means we become one?
but in deep sleep, in absence of mind, there is only presence of sleep, and that experience is unique for
Okay,
everybody.
I think let Samatma speak after Rohit. Then we will see whether Samatma has been able to capture the answer which she gave. Samatma gave the answer. Rohit.
Shivam, Guruji.
Shivam, Rohit.
Yeah. So I think we can take an analogy of a person watching a movie. So this entire world is like a movie where we are just sitting and watching that movie. So that person is just watching, means he's just conscious, or he just witnessing that movie. He cannot do anything.
How does that make us separate? We are separate or what? How does it answer the question?
So we are because there is no I, and we are just witnessing it. So we are one from that perspective, because there is no.
No, you may want to. So let us look at Samatma will hopefully give the right answer. She gave the right answer. If she gives it, fine. Otherwise, I will put the
From
answer.
personality perspective, we are different in Vyavara.
Sudeep Bhargava gave a great example. What example he gave? He gave example of the gold shop.
Jewelry, gold shop, yeah. Gold
He gave
shop,
the best
water,
example.
yeah.
But from the best example, Samatma took the answer. Are we separate or are we one? I am very clear. We have a question. I don't want, in this realization of the truth, sorry to say, there is no nonsense. There is only question and answer. If you tell me, where is your nose? I cannot tell you, my ear is here. So what nonsense? You're asking, where is my nose? My answer, the ear is here. You say, what? I'm not asking about ear. I'm asking about nose. You answer about nose. I have to give the right answer. And that is the way to enlightenment. So let us today take Samatma, and then others will come. Ashok Nichani, Gautam after Samatma, because we cannot lose time today. I am taking a flight in 10 minutes from Finland to India. But I will cover Ashok Nichani and Gautam. I will cover you. First Samatma.
All of us are made up of just energy, and that energy is SIP. So it is the same energy, and it is SIP. So all of us are the same, because we are all nothing but energy.
Perfect answer. Perfect, 100% perfect answer. But let me explain it simple words. Now, Samatma, catch it, because next time when you explain to your people who are coming for diet, you should be able to explain it 100% clear. Here it is. Here's the answer. We are all. How many of you came out from your mother's womb? How many of you came out from the elephant? Ashok Nishani, kahan se aaya? Mother's womb or elephant?
Mother's womb.
Nobody has doubt. Huh? Otherwise, you would be with a soond. Otherwise, you would be in this call, but you would be having a soond. Like this. You would be like that. We are all come out from our mother's womb. Point number one. Point number 2, when we were conceived, there was no body. We were conceived when a spark of energy gave life to 2 cells, the sperm and the ovum, and became the zygote. Everybody in this world agrees to this. Nobody denies this. This is scientific proof, biological, scientific, spiritual proof. We are that. We are that spark. That is the book I wrote for last 10 days. And this is I've already had 3 sessions with you all on this subject. Anybody denies we are that spark? Anybody denies we are that spark? Example number 1. Example number 2. When the body dies, people burn the body. If you are in the body, will they burn it? Girish, if you get up in the morning, people say he's not waking up properly. Girish is not waking up properly. Let us burn the body. Will they do it? They will put water on your face. They will slap you, but they will wake you up. They will not burn your body. We burn the body only when the spark has left. There is no doubt that you and me, we are that spark. Samatma, this is the exact explanation of what you are saying. This is exactly what you are saying. That spark, whether you call it spark, sip, atma, spirit, soul, ruh, chit, whatever you call it, that we are that. We are that. We are not this. Neti, neti, tattvamasi. Not this, not this. Thou art that. You are that. If you are that, and I am that, and Sunil Chittal is that, and Sudeep Bhargava is that, and Girish is that, and Ashok Nichani is that, and Chotwan is that, and everybody is that, then we are one. We are all that. That spark that comes at conception, 9 months before your so-called birthday, and that spark that leaves at death. There is no breath. We are that spark. Where the body comes from, that 1 cell becomes 2, the 2 cells become 4, the 4 cells becomes 8, the 8 cells become 16. Blastoplast, then embryo, then fetus, then body. My dear friends, it seems impossible, but we are not separate. We are all one. Tomorrow we have a continuation of this discussion. I'm not sure what is the exact topic, but why? What stops us from realizing this? I think tomorrow's topic, I'll just tell you today itself, tomorrow's topic is what separates us from each other. We'll talk about that tomorrow, but let's not get onto that because it's a very interesting subject, and this is a key to enlightenment. If you want one key to enlightenment, this book is magic. I explain in this book exactly this. Don't cut your birthday cake. Stop. Awake. Your birthday is fake. If you realize your birthday is fake, if only you realize I'm not this baby born, and then my Parvati Amma gave name Girish. I am not Girish, Parvati Amma. I am not Girish. I am that. I am that spark. Parvati Amma, you made him a what, Parvati Amma? You made his brain, you made his kidney, you made his blood and bone and skin, you made. Our mother and son both are there in the stage. Aapki adalat. Mother and son both are in the stage. You're asking the question straight away. Aapki adalat. Mother says, no, I didn't do it. And so many mothers think, I, foolish mother, who thinks, my son. No, Parvati Amma says, no, I didn't do anything. This is the reality, my dear friends, and we have to realize this. Ashok Nichani and Gautam, before we wind up for today. Yes, sir.
Shivam Sarji.
Yes, Shivoham.
Sarji, everyone has answered mostly correct. We are all one. But actually, the person who realizes first comes to know who am I, what am I, why am I here. First, he should get God realization. No, self-realization, then God realization. He will accept that person will accept that we are all one. Others are in ignorance. So they will say, he is Hindu, I am Muslim, he is Christian. They will not accept. Only a self-realized and God-realized person will accept this.
What is the difference between self-realized and God-realized?
First, we should realize, who am I? Why am I here?
Who am I? Who am I?
I'm not the body. I'm not the soul. I'm not the body. I'm not the ego.
I am the?
I'm not the mind.
I am
mind, body, and ego.
And I am the?
I'm the soul, Paramatma.
That is self-realization.
Yes.
What is God realization?
God realization is everyone who sees SIP in everyone.
Everyone who sees SIP.
Every person.
Not every person.
The realized person.
The realized person.
The realized person who sees.
Who?
The self-realized person.
Who sees?
SIP in everyone.
What happens to him?
He becomes one with the divine. Merge.
He gets. Aapka mind beech mein aa raha hai na. Mind is coming and disturbing your consciousness.
Those who are in the mind and this thing, they will think, I'm not Ashok, I'm not Sudeep. When I'm Ashok, I cannot be Sudeep. They are living in ignorance.
Ashok, what Ashok says is correct, but Ashok is right now God. He's semi-consciousness, semi-mind. So Ashok is saying the correct thing. You're right. The moment the realization comes, Ashok, that I am SIP, there is no you and me. We are all one. Shivoham, Shivoham, Aham Brahmasmi. We are all one. There is no duality, all duality. So this is the truth. This is the truth and nothing but the truth. Now, just because you don't accept it, it doesn't become a lie. I'm not waiting for any of you to endorse it. I'm not waiting, oh, if you accept, then only it becomes reality. No, sorry. You accept or you don't accept, it doesn't matter. The truth is the truth. We are not separate. We are one. We appear separate, but we are one. Gautam, you want to say something before we close?
Guruji, how come we are in transaction? Sunil Chittal's answer that is pending. How come in transaction we are one? Yeah, you said.
My dear sir, what is this transaction you are talking? This transaction itself is mithya. Na? This transaction, Sunil Chittal knows at the end of the show he will agree to you. This is Leela. This is Maya. What transaction? What if you take 50,000 from Sunil Chittal? Kya karega? If Sunil Chittal was a material man, he will run, he'll put case on you, he will kill you. If Sunil Chittal is spiritual man, he'll say, karma ke hisab se le liya, chodo, kya hoga, so hoga. Am I right, Sunil Chittal? Am I right or am I wrong, Sunil Chittal? Sunil Chittal agrees. Please understand, even these transactions that are happening in this world, this transaction is Maya. What are we talking about? We get too emotional. We are fools. We are caught in this Leela. ये लीला है माया कुछ भी सच तो ना नाटक ये प्रभु का है एक ख्वाब जैसा जहां में होता जो वो माया है. Why don't we understand? What will happen, my dear?
Yeah, I was Guruji, I was trying to explain the same, taking the analogy of that movie. I was actually trying to explain the same, that this is all natak which we are just watching on the.
Let me tell you. Yeah, Rohit, right? Rohit. This is not for this is not just for words. It is natak. The truth is, it is natak. This whole thing, ke ye mera, ye tera, ye mera, ye tera, it is all rubbish. It is all nonsense. You know, that is why I shut down my business. That is why I left everything. Why did I leave everything? I left everything because I realized I'm a madman. I'm in a race, in a chase, trying to be an ace. I'm caught in a maze. I have lost all grace. I stopped. I gave up everything. Not Kumarswamy, not automatically Kumarswamy. Don't say we gave up everything automatically. I hope Kumarswamy is there. You have to make an effort. Vairagya. I don't know whether Kumarswamy is there. Vairagya. Vairagya means it is through an effort. So we are continuing this in a session tomorrow. But please capture today's point. In the screen, you may think you are Girish, you are Chotwani, you are Atmatray, and you are Pankaj. But my dear friends, we are all one. We are all one. We are all SIP. Every cell of our existence is SIP. Gautam, you want to say something, Gautam? I promised to give you time. Ashok Nichani
Yeah,
finish. Gautam?
yeah, I just want to tell that we all are one manifestation of God.
Not one manifestation. We are different manifestations of the one God, of the one SIP. We are not the same manifestation. We are not like 100 pigeons who look exactly same. We are all different. But we are all the manifestations of the same source. The source, the mitti is the same. The mitti is the same. The matka is different. The pot is different. The plate is different. The murti is different. Just because the murti is Ganapati or the murti is Shiva, the mitti is the same. We are all made of this. We are all made of the same mitti. And I explained that to you. And Samatma said, my dear friends, before I close, let me leave you with this thought. We all are not this what we appear to be. That's why I say this fellow is Ravi. This fellow is Ravi. I am not this fellow. I am the Atma in Ravi. I am AiR. You are the Atma in this body. This body came later. You came first 9 months before as a spark of SIP. Around that SIP, the body was formed. One day the body will be delivered. It will eat pizza, pasta, dosa, idli, biryani. It become big. One day the body will die. The spark, which is you, will leave the body. This is the truth, but it needs realization. Anubhuti. Iska koi paroksh nahi, antargyan यूं ही हो जाता. Why we come on Zoom call every day? Anubhuti sach ki hoti, because in this call, hopefully, you will get that spark. And when you get that spark is called enlightenment. You want that spark. Rumata ji, samajh mein aaya? We are that spark. We are that Atma. We are that SIP. Okay. So with that note, I thought somebody was saying something. I fold my hands. I'm taking a flight. God willing, SIP willing. I will land in Delhi tomorrow and evening. I'm back to Bangalore and we will meet tomorrow at 8. I bow down to you.